My Singing Monsters 5.1 just came out, and it brought a lot of big features and quite a few quality of life changes. And in this video, I'm going to be showing you everything that changed in My Singing Monsters 5.1. If you enjoy these, be sure to leave a like so that other people will find them. Let's talk about the Carnival. As you might know, they announced Major Carnival at the beginning of this month, and right at the end, they just announced the Minor Carnival. It turns all 7 major monsters into minor monsters, and you collect them in a very unique way. You get to the Minor Carnival either by accessing it from the mirror map or by hitting the modulate button in the bottom of the Major Carnival. Hitting the modulate button is really cool. It has a cool animation. It swaps instantly from the major to the minor or vice versa. Really cool. First time any of that's happened. And as you can see, all the monsters, decorations, obstacles, and structures stay exactly where you put them. The decorations take on this darker look, while the monsters look very ghost-like, and you probably wouldn't know they're monsters at first glance. The structures work differently too. You can't use the breeding station on the minor form. You can teleport minor forms, and there is an upside I want to talk about, but mainly you'll be using the centrifuge, the structure we saw in the middle of the carnival before. Obstacles stay exactly the same. So how do we get the monsters on the minor mode of the carnival? Like I mentioned, there are 2 ways. One is that you can teleport the single elements from the mirror islands to the minor form of the carnival. But 2 is to teleport the major versions to the major version of the carnival and then use the centrifuge to pair them to the other side. There were a few other changes to the carnival. All of the bios for the island and the castle, the structures, the monsters have been unredacted. Before this update, a bunch of the sections of the bios were blanked out, but now they are unredacted, and we know that they were redacted to kind of keep the minor mode of the carnival a secret. There is another castle upgrade. This one adds some weird stones to the wizard hat. Not sure why, and I love that the bio makes a joke out of it. It's like, we're not sure why there's more beds in here now, but okay. There's another feature having to do with the centrifuge. If you have 2 unpaired versions of a monster, 1 major and 1 minor, meaning that you would have had to teleport each of them from their native magical island, you can merge them together to not have to go through the hassle of fuging them. Fuging has a chance of failure, and it is an increased chance with single elements, basically to give us an upside for having the mirror islands. I appreciate the gesture. My favorite thing about the carnival now is that the minor forms can produce wild cards. It's unclear exactly how often they make wild cards. I think it might be random, but it is so exciting that there is an easy way to get wild cards now. Before, it was like incredibly difficult. You could technically get them from the Nexus. I've had access to that feature for like a month, but it still hasn't given me a wild card. And then you could get it by early ascending a celestial. Like, I don't even want to mess with that. So now we have a really easy way to get wild cards in comparison to what we had before. This is actually going to be so huge because it's going to make it so much easier to fill up those inventories on the Wublins, Amber monsters, Celestial monsters. They kind of fixed the system. When a monster has both its major and its minor form on the carnival, they produce more currency. We at least know this for sure with Star Power, where we know the output is tripled if it has its minor form, but I'm not exactly sure how this works with wild cards. Before we get to my favorite part of the video, quality of life changes, there are a few more features that we need to talk about. First is Epic Blip Squeak. We got a new Epic Wublin, and great timing too, because now we have those wild cards. This one looks really cool, except for the finger bits floating inside the jars. I hate those, but the writing desk part, I love it. It's really cool. We also got Epic Clacula. This is really exciting. I'm not sure why they're not celebrating this more, but this is our first Epic Magical. It looks really cool. It's kind of got a weird split head design. I really like it. But more excitingly, this means that we can get started with the epics on the Nexus. Hopefully, the Nexus will start producing some really good rewards once we get more epics. We got 2 seasonal snacks for Beat Hereafter. They are Pan de Muerto and tamales. And the special thing about these is that they give a lot more XP than usual, especially the tamales. The tamales have exactly the same stats as the big salad, but over double the XP. It's like 12.5 million XP, and that is a lot for one food, especially for the same price. If you're already baking big salads, you should 100% switch to tamales during Beat Hereafter. Let's go into the smaller features. The wildcards do show up as an expandable currency on the circus. This replaces Amber in the expandable section on the currency menu. Next is torches. They did not fix the main problem, which is that the pictures are gone, but they did put the names on top of the picture this time. It is going to help whenever I do the screenshots for shoutouts. If you didn't know, I do shoutouts to people who light my torches. I'm sorry, they didn't fix the friends limit either, but yeah, light my torches if you want to get shouted out. Next up, whenever you try to put a monster onto an island but you do not have enough beds, it will now tell you how many beds you need for you to be able to place the monster. For example, if you only have 3 beds left and you tried to place something that takes 4, it would say you need 1 bed left. This is definitely a good change. We've got 2 breeding structure updates. First, they added a feature that I was asking for in my wish list like half a year ago. ago. They made it to where the retry button shows up in the menu carousel on the bottom of the screen. So instead of tapping and then tapping breed and then tapping retry, you can just tap the breeding structure and then tap retry. That saves you a tap, it makes it so much faster, and I'm really grateful that they did this. Next is that they added nicknames to the monsters inside of the breeding structure. This is also a good change. Although it really won't make a huge difference, I do appreciate it. Next up, they made a change to the mailbox. They made it to where anytime there's a new notification, there will be an exclamation point on the mailbox. This is extremely annoying in my opinion, and I do not want to have to tab through every single one of these like we did on Dawn of Fire. Why did you do this? Please undo it. While this is mostly annoying, there is one upside. This will make it to where people are more informed about what's new in the game. But I mean, that's kind of a stretch. Anybody who really cares about it is already checking the mailbox, and now they just feel forced to, which I'm not a big fan of. Next is yet another change to the recording studio. Thank you to Rocky the Artificial Explorer for finding this. You can now change the timing on your recordings. Sadly, this feature does not work very well yet, but it is a very nice thing to have. Hopefully, they will improve on this feature by increasing the amount of time you can move it by, and maybe giving us a visual aid or an audio aid, because right now you can't hear it as you're adjusting, so it's still not very helpful. But I do appreciate it. Hopefully they can keep on working on this feature and make it as good as it can be. And finally, a feature that I'm surprised anyone noticed, the Collosingum now has battle effects. Each of the elemental moves now has a special animation that plays during the move. These do look really cool and high quality, surprisingly, and I don't hate them. I think they're pretty neat. It doesn't really fix the problem of playing the Collosingum, which is that it's not worth it right now. I mean, it costs way too many coins to be good at the game. It is a nice change. Maybe I'll make a video about it. If you want to watch me fix the Nexus, that's the video on the left, and the video on the right is what came in the last update of My Singing Monsters. Thank you so much to my Cobra Clan members for letting me drink soda while I edit, and I will see you guys in the next video. Happy monstering.
Do 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 do.